What's up, you Relentless Warriors? Congratulations on testing yourself with the Relentless Iron program. One thing I want to add is make sure you don't compromise your form for weight. I'm always going to stress that you can go up, but make sure your form is good first and always check your form between each rep. I hope you're excited about doing this. If you push yourself and you stay dedicated, I think you're going to be very excited on what you can accomplish on very little equipment and at the same time still building strength and muscle. Okay, so today's workout is going to be focusing on the chest. With today's workout, you are going to need some equipment, flat bench that can also incline and decline, and we are going to be using dumbbells. I would recommend that you have multiple dumbbells on hand because we are going to increase the weight as we decrease the reps. If you don't have a flat bench or you don't have multiple dumbbells, don't worry because we're going to go into modifications afterwards on things you can do in replace of that. All right, let's get started. So the first exercise is going to be dumbbell press on a flat bench. It's going to be in reps of 15, 12, 10, and 8. You'll certainly start lighter on the first set, and then you will increase your weight as you go to the lower reps if you feel comfortable and your form is good. When you start on that first set, make sure you take the dumbbells, you place them on your thigh as you sit down. That way it keeps you in a safe position. As you're leaning back, then you let the dumbbells safely go to your side so you're ready to press. Now when you get into that pressing position, you want to make sure you have a good stretch and a good flex. What I mean by the stretch and flex is that when you're coming all the way down, you want to make sure it goes low enough where you feel the stretch on your chest, but not too much where you're feeling the pressure and some discomfort on your shoulders. When you're coming up towards the press, you want to get nice and close without clanging the dumbbells together, but that also helps you focus on flexing that chest and focusing on working out the chest, not letting your shoulders take over. When you're coming in the down position or the eccentric motion, you want to take a deep breath in, and as you're getting to that stretch position, exhale as you're coming back up, and once again, continuing each rep as it goes. So that is dumbbell press. Let's move on to the next exercise. The next exercise is going to be dumbbell incline press. This is also going to be on 15, 12, 10, and 8 reps. Now, once again, on the dumbbell incline press, you want to make sure that you have the dumbbells on your thighs as you're sitting down. A little trick that I always like to do is I kick a leg up and I get one dumbbell in position before I kick the next dumbbell up. That way they're both safely in that position before I actually hit the press. The same rules apply on the incline. You want to make sure you're focusing on the stretch and the flex. The stretch is going low enough where you're not engaging too much of your shoulders, where you're feeling discomfort, but at the same time, you're stretching that chest and opening it up. On the pressing motion, you're breathing out, you're exhaling all the way to the top, getting the dumbbells as close as possible without clanging them together, but still, once again, focusing on that chest and working out that chest. Let's move on to our next exercise. The next exercise is going to be decline press. On the decline press, we're going to be doing reps of 15, 12, 10, and 8. Once again, when you're getting on the bench, I like to put both dumbbells on the thighs, and then I slowly lean back and bring the dumbbells towards my chest so I get nice and safely in the position I need to be before I press. The same rules apply as the decline as every other bench press routine. You want to make sure you're focusing on the stretch and on the flex. So you want your arms in a good position where they're dropping down, opening up the chest, and then of course exhaling to the top. Once again, not clanging the dumbbells together, but making sure you're getting as close as possible and lifting that chest up. Also focus nice and slowly, that eccentric motion coming down to a position where you're really feeling that stretch without discomfort. Bust out as many good form reps up to 15 as you can, working your way down 15, 12, 10, and 8, and increasing the weight as you're feeling good with that form. This next exercise is going to be dumbbell pullovers. Now with this one, you only need one dumbbell, but we're going to actually put it on the flat bench position. Now on the flat bench, what I like to do on the grip is a diamond grip, basically like this, where I'm holding around the dumbbell safely so I'm not losing grip and I don't have any fear of dropping it. Once you get in that position, as we lean back, you're keeping it towards your chest and then you pull it over your body. Now you want to keep your elbows slightly bent, but most of this movement is going to be with focusing on your chest and your shoulders. We're going to bring it all the way back, making a nice stretch. You also feel this in your lats, and that's okay. When you bring it to the top, you should feel a nice squeeze in the top part of your chest or the upper part of your chest. That's where you want to focus on lifting your chest, squeezing at the top, and then going ahead and dropping all the way back down. Again, nice stretch. On that stretch, you should feel that also in your core. It's multiple different muscle groups being worked, but we are still focusing on our chest, so keep that in mind. And once again, this is going to be on 15, 12, 10, and 8 reps. Also, don't be afraid to increase the weight if the form is feeling good. But if you're struggling with form, make sure that weight is something that you can control. And that is dumbbell pullovers. Okay, so here's some modifiers that you can do if you don't have a flat bench or any type of bench that can incline or decline. You can certainly do it on the floor. So on the bench press, all I'm doing is I'm just bending my legs, and the dumbbells go to a position where the elbows are just above the floor. You want to pause it there and then go all the way to the top like you would on a regular press if you were on a bench, and get it nice and close, squeeze the chest, and then just rep it out that way. When you're doing the incline version, what I'm doing here is, if you can see my arms, I'm keeping the elbows close to the side, and then I'm twisting it in an inverted position where the knuckles are facing one another. The reason for that is it lifts the upper chest, and when we're doing incline, that's basically what it's targeting. Now, they're not going to be the same exercises, but they're very similar in form and what it focuses on. So that would be your version of the incline. When you're talking decline, it's going to be actually like you're going to put the arms down like you would on a bench press, elbows just above the ground, but then you do a twisting motion where the lower part of your knuckles are actually getting close into an almost V position with your knuckles. That engages the lower part of your chest, just like it would on a decline bench press. Again, not the same version, but very similar, engaging the muscles in pretty similar fashion. That if you consider you don't have a bench, that's as close as you can get. The last one is going to be pullovers. On the pullovers, you're basically doing the same thing. The only difference on that is that you want to make sure when you're doing that nice reach over, you're still stretching out the core, but the dumbbell is not touching the floor. You want to get it just above the floor, pause it there, and then bring it all the way back to the top, to the upper part of your chest. So those are your modifiers if you don't have a bench right now, things that you can do that will still engage the muscles in a similar fashion, but you're doing what you can to still get those things accomplished, and it is possible.